You all must have heard I'm a real nerd. People say I'm a fool, but they never got the news that I'm a wild one. Oh yeah, I'm a wild one. You better turn it up, better keep the channel down, cause you're watching VileMike and his real wild child. Oh yeah, I'm a wild one. You better turn it up, better keep the channel down, cause you're watching VileMike and his real wild child.
Jafar, buy an SD game swap. Creed.
Well, I forgot to put everything back on. So yeah, it's the first time in a long time that I've been able to play that many before because I'm back in Mexico. So I can play the Mexican one, the standard VileMike theme song, Simone's ad, and the countdown.
And the lack of caffeine. You forgot to say howdy, folkses.
Oh, thank you so much. Howdy, folkses. Also, I am working on the new video. Finally got some time. Basically, one of the reasons I'm in Mexico today is I am not going to be working Sundays anymore. Yay. So, yeah. So I'll be able to actually take time off and work on fucking videos again. So I spent a couple hours working on the next Vile review of the TOS. Hold on one second. And
by the way,
I'm hoping to have it out in before the end of the week.
I just want to say, if Latino Slant happens to be watching right now, fuck the Dodgers. Fuck the Dodgers.
Why? Are you not a Dodgers fan?
It was the last comment he put in the political stream. If you didn't see it, normally it was hidden because it was he said, he called me a douche. I'm like, normally somebody calls me a douche, I'm going to block you and mute you, right? But I read the last word, fuck the Giants. I'm like, oh, no, you didn't. Fuck the Dodgers, dude.
And what's funny is I'm a admitted fair weather Padres fan. My mother was a huge Padres fan. We used to go to games quite often. The company she worked for had season tickets. And as a perk, you could people could sign up during the year because they only had 4 tickets were season tickets. And what they would do is the employees got to choose which games they wanted to go to. And
that reminds me. Have you heard of this website called TickPick?
No, I haven't. Dandelion, can you throw something in the private chat? Oh, she already did. Okay.
The reason why I'm asking is because I'm seeing ads for it on TV and online everywhere. And they are claiming no service fees, right? Unlike Ticketmaster. So I download the app and I'm looking at different seats for games, and everybody has the seats I want for about $30 to $45. TickPick has one for $12 for that exact same seat I want. I'm like, is it legit? Should I really use my money on this? I'm like, I don't know if TickPick is actually legit or not, because from a $40 seat to a $12 seat, yeah.
For those that just got the good view of my freaking nose, I was checking the camera for NB to make sure that it was actually him.
Physically or mentally?
Who would try and impersonate NB, honestly?
I don't know.
Well, considering we had someone impersonate Yvette and we had someone impersonate Caddy, so...
Was that recently or was that a while ago?
At this point, let's see, May, it happened in November, so about 7 months ago.
Right. Yeah, maybe I'm just not cool enough to ever get impersonated.
It's not my
fault.
I did not. Can't come around, you pussy.
No, stop it.
Wrong link.
I was trying to highlight your good morning, but it decided to post my damn thing. Oh, Darren, it's I'm trying to get to 300 subscribers. I've been around 250 to 275 for a while now. But since I started doing these daily shorts, I've gained 2 to 3 subscribers on average since. And yeah, it's for subscribers. And you can't monetize until you're at 500. And yeah, but as I said, like I gained 6 this week, but I lost 5. So right now I'm at 286, and I want to try to hit 300, so I can then and my bribe for everybody is if I hit 300, I'll do a 30% off sale on over 300 items on the store.
Woohoo!
I swear to God, pussy, you knock over my Voltrons. Okay.
Hold on. I want to clarify for Darren. Right now, it's 500 subscribers. Plus, you have to have 300 hours of watch time in the last 90 days, or 3 million views on shorts. And as of right now, I have the views. I don't have the subscribers.
Hey, ND, you want to buy something from me on eBay? I got something ND he wants to buy something on eBay.
I don't know if he actually wants it, but we're not going to talk about that. Eli, you could show him. You could tell him on another stream.
Okay.
My blunt roller came in yesterday.
Well, Darren, the shorts I've been making are to advertise for the eBay store. Each week or each day, I choose an item or items that have a specific theme or something, and I show them in like a little montage of the pictures that showing them on eBay, and they're getting between 1 and 10,000 views per day. So
I do see them popping up in my my feed.
I mostly nerd stuff, video games, books, movies, collectibles,
toys.
Yeah.
Toys.
In fact, yesterday I sold FIFA 18 and 19 on the PlayStation 4.
Nice.
When I did the Mandalorian video, what's funny is I started working on the Mandalorian video, and I had already sold the Mandalorian figure I had, so I thought I'd be cute and do a whole little sold thing just to show that it actually sold, trying to get people to buy stuff faster. But literally, as I'm making the video, someone buys the other Mandalorian figure I had.
Oh, damn it!
So now I have both of them as sold, and the only thing I had left to show were the Mandalorian socks and the Mandalorian little Yoda in the pram thing.
Did you still post? Because I mean, it's still something that will draw people to your eBay store.
Mm-hmm. It always has a link to the eBay store, at least in the title or the description.
Mm-hmm.
And what's really funny is, like, it's interesting which platforms block certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Because YouTube will sometimes block something, even though it fits within their definition for shorts. Because if your short is under a minute, it's supposed to not activate any of the copyright stuff.
Holy shit. Oh, sorry. I was reacting to something else. Sorry. My sister posted a picture of my grandmother, and like, holy shit, this looks exactly like my fucking sister. Sorry, personal thing.
So okay.
Oh, go ahead.
So on TV related stuff, Last of Us season 2. I have not seen the writing quality. Okay, season 1, and then the writing in season 1, and then the writing in season 2. The best comparison I would say to how downhill that went was season 1 of Heroes, and then we get to season 2. That's how bad the quality of writing went down within the first 2 seasons. Ellie Ellie really cannot hold this show on her own. She really seems to, instead of somebody who's going out for revenge, she seems like she's got this companion with her girlfriend, whatever. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Yeah, that's all playing out. And she doesn't seem so much interested in revenge as the story's gone, because they're smiling, they're having sex. And I'm like, I thought you were on a revenge mission.
Sometimes sex is the best revenge.
Yeah, but the thing was, yeah, but there's a whole kind of love triangle there we find that happens. It's
Well,
the writing was just really down, and they said they were taking, and then they said they were not using the spore thing as a storyline for season 1, and they said they cut that part out because it just didn't work. But now they're bringing it in. It's like, wait a minute, you all said you weren't going to do that now, and
Well, I'm gonna agree with Darren here for a second, because I played Last of Us 1 on the PlayStation 3, and I liked the game. But when it came to Last of Us 2, the only times I play it is when I was testing it to make sure it worked. It just did not grab me in the same way that the first game did. And based on what you're saying, it seems like because they're trying to follow the game storyline for Last of Us 2, it makes sense that it would kind of fall apart for season 2 as well. And I'm not, as I said, I haven't watched it either, but I probably will, and I'll probably have the same opinion.
My thing is this. My thing is this. When it comes to what Ellie wants to do and take 12 people out and go on a revenge mission after they just got attacked and everything, they're rebuilding the community. And yeah, I understand the desire to want to fight back and go back against them, but it's the middle of the winter. We've already got enough people damaged. We got to rebuild the fort and everything. And she wants to take a dozen people out to God knows where to go take revenge. And it's like, well, they decide it openly went out that, the committee said, no, we're not going to do it. And actually, I 100% agreed with the committee. Yeah, you want revenge. Sometimes you got to wait for it. You got to sometimes play the bigger picture. And at one point, Allie even says when she's talking to the boyfriend, ex-boyfriend of the girl she's messing around with. That's so confusing too, how that worked out. And it just loses everything in it because it's all about her. And I mean, fine, it's all about her. She wanted to go on a revenge mission. I get that, but she doesn't ever really feel like she's going on a revenge mission. She's sitting there talking.
Sometimes the best revenge is living well.
But she is with this other female, the one I can't remember the name of, the one who turns out to be pregnant. And I saw a video of the reaction of what she did in the game versus how she reacted in the series. So they changed that up too because of that. And it's like, great. So now we're at the end of this season. And her revenge tactic, people have died. And she now finds out and seems to have no problem with taking a pregnant woman on the road with her after she found out. I'm sorry. This is just, I literally was like, could somebody just put a bullet in Ellie? Because I'm like, she's making so many stupid decisions.
You do realize it's a show and not a real life scenario. That they wrote that into the script.
And Darren, it's because I smoke in my car.
Yeah, it's shitty writing.
I can't smoke inside my house when I'm at my house, and I don't smoke inside Mrs. Vile's house when I'm at her house. So, yeah, I smoke in my car. So that's why I stream from the car.
Yeah, when I used to smoke after my After my ex-wife got pregnant and everything, I started getting used to smoking outside. My daughter Trisha was so cute back then. She couldn't say smoke. She couldn't get the S sound out. So she'd be like, Daddy, you gonna smoke a cigarette? And I said, yes, I'm gonna smoke a cigarette.
Well,
but yeah, the writing just and look, I don't know anything about the actors on the show personally. I don't know about their personal lives, their political positions, because I don't give a shit about that stuff. I want to watch it to be entertained, and I just didn't feel. And I'm not saying it's necessarily their fault. The best actors can only. I mean, come on, George Clooney could. George Clooney ruined Batman for God's sakes. He openly admitted he's like, I was not right for this role.
no, they got him for the name George Clooney because he was like the guy.
Yeah.
Especially after what was it, ER or Grey's Anatomy or whatever show he was on?
ER. Grey's Anatomy was that other guy who I can't think of his name.
Noah Wiley.
No, Noah Wiley was on ER.
Oh. Who's on Grey's Anatomy? Shit.
I think they called him Dr. McDreamy.
I don't know. I never watched either one of those shows. Even though I'm a huge Michael Crichton fan, I never watched
I
ER.
don't remember the guy's name, but I know
McDermott, right?
I don't know. I never watched Grey's Anatomy.
Well, I don't disagree with you there, Darren, when it comes to I think almost anyone at this point can play Batman or Bruce Wayne. It's the writing around it that matters. And Batman and Robin was just, it would have made more sense to have it as an Adam West film than connected to the Burton film.
It's a difference between Batman and Bruce Wayne. You can be a good Batman, but a shitty Bruce Wayne. Look at Val Kilmer and George Clooney. Val Kilmer was a great Bruce Wayne, but a shitty Batman.
Yeah.
George Clooney was a great Batman, but a shitty Bruce Wayne. It's like Superman and Clark Kent. Henry Cavill was a great Superman, but a shitty Clark Kent. Dean Cain was a great Clark Kent, but a shitty Superman. It goes either way. They have both two different personalities. You just can't say one actor's this great as this one. You can't do that with Batman and Superman, dude.
Yeah, I would say it's not just a writing issue. I mean, writing was a big part of it, but the direction, the cinematography, the set design, it was all very Technicolor. So yeah, to me, it would have made more sense to have Batman and Robin be a Adam West film. You could almost think of it in your head canon as it being the Batman series or the Batman series, Batman 66 movie, the Batman versus Two-Face film, the animated one, and then Batman and Robin all taking place in the same timeline. That could actually work.
Metallic rocks, Batman. What?
Except for the fact that there was a Barbara Gordon already in Batman 66 and a Batgirl, and then
Warner Brothers.
So I don't know.
Warner Brothers needs to release Batgirl because I want to see Brendan Fraser play Firefly.
Isn't he playing Guy Gardner?
No, Brendan Fraser was cast and he shot Batgirl as the villain Firefly. That movie got pulled and scrapped. Yeah,
right, he was. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
He said, I got paid, but I want people to see it. Yeah, he doesn't care about the pay. He wants people to see it.
So I always call Batman Forever my guilty pleasure. I love the fucking movie. I don't care if it's campy. It does remind me of the Adam West Award, which I have.
Make sure you keep your shark spray on you.
I give Batman Forever a pass when it comes to thinking of it as like the continuation of the Tim Burton films, simply because Jim Carrey's casting as the Riddler fits. Yes,
because he was also at the height of his career at that time too.
But what I mean is, even the atmosphere related to the movie fits more in line with the Tim Burton films than Batman Forever does.
You guys
Oh,
realize that
there's some
Jim
corny
Carrey?
dialogue, but it works sometimes. I mean, like the Holy Rusted Metal, Batman,
Yeah.
and
What? The
it's a
rocks,
reference to
all the
it,
holes are made
but
of
then
metal.
he actually explains the island. It's made of metal and it's full of holes. Granted, he explains the joke, but it works.
yeah. Okay.
You guys
So
realize that
Now,
Jim
I will
Carrey?
say this.
Hang on, sorry. You guys realize
Hold
when
on.
Jim
I will
Carrey
say,
looks at a
let me finish
script?
this. Let me finish this thought real quick, Elijah. I will say that Tommy Lee Jones's casting was probably a miscast. I would have much rather seen Billy D. Williams do Two-Face
of course,
than
we all
Tommy
do.
Lee.
When Jim Carrey, he's made a statement several times. If he looks at a script and he says he doesn't like it, no matter what the pay is, he'll say no. He only does a movie if he likes the script, even if it's paid $5 million or $20 million. If he likes the script, he'll do it. He liked Batman, so he's like, I'm a fan of Batman. I like the script. I'll do it. That's the only reason why he signed it, because he actually wanted to play the role, not because of the pay, because he liked the script. You remember this about Jim Carrey. Wherever you see him in, he didn't take the role because of money. It's because he liked the script. That's why he said he'll never do another Sonic movie until. That's why he said he'll never do another Sonic movie. And people gave him two or three different versions, and he's like, "Okay, I'll do this." Then he asked, "Oh, how much am I getting paid?"
All right, I will.
Now that you brought that up, hold on a second. I want to say something before you interrupt me and I forget it again.
Go ahead.
Speaking of Sonic, my wife just picked up Sonic 3, and that one we haven't seen yet. So
The dance.
so we're gonna definitely watch that probably this weekend. And next weekend, I'm going for Father's Day. We're going to the casino in Terre Haute, and just spend a couple days by ourselves. And that'll be nice. I'm also spending money because we're staying in a suite. We're staying in a nice suite in a nice hotel.
If you have the opportunity, watch the Knuckles show before you watch Sonic 3, because it takes place in between 2 and 3.
Yeah.
One of the things.
The dance sequence is better than Zemo dancing.
Well, I did. Okay, so funny thing. You know how they like to do those throw-ins sometimes about a previous character, like when Carter said it took us this long just to MacGyver the damn thing, and of course they do a quick shot at
Richard Dean Anderson.
Yeah, Anderson, because so I was watching.
And in 1969, when Bob said MacGyver wouldn't like this.
I remember, so I was watching. I was killing time, and I had background stuff on. So Texas Ranger was on, and okay, so they said the lady was doing a book, and she wrote the story with the characters in it, and it actually was getting licensed for a movie, and they were like, "Who would you get to play us?" And the old retired guy, he's like, "Me, Paul Newman." And then you had oh shit, what's his name? He goes, Denzel. And of course, what's his name goes, Denzel Washington. He goes, no, Denzel Smith. Of course, Denzel Washington. And then the other one, I forgot the name of the female they picked for her. And then they were trying to pick who would be, play Walker. And of course, Trevette, that's his name. He goes, Chuck Norris. And they're all like, oh, yeah, that's great. He's like, Chuck Norris. It's like, wait a minute. So you get Paul Newman, an Academy Award winner. You get Denzel Washington, an Academy Award winner. You get, who's an Academy Award winner. I get Chuck Norris. What has he done? 6-time world karate champ. He goes, yeah, I'll take that.
What, Chuck? What do you complain about Chuck Norris, man? Underneath Chuck Norris's beard is not a chin; it's another fist.
I'll tell a quick story before I address Darren's comment here. When I was in karate, we went to during the summer. We had a karate camp where we'd actually go out to the forest and we'd sleep in cabins and tents and stuff. But during one of the karate camps one year, we found out that Chuck Norris is actually a friend of our sensei. And they were going to do an exhibition match between Chuck Norris and our sensei. And at the time, I didn't know who the hell Chuck Norris was, so I didn't really care. I get home and I tell my mom and stepdad at the time, oh, yeah, and some guy named Chuck Norris stopped by. And both of them, because they both watched Texas Ranger, were like, well, did you get an autograph? Did you meet him? I was like, well, I said hi. Why, is he famous? And both of them go, he's Walker, Texas fucking Ranger.
He's
The
also,
correct answer is he's Chuck
he's
fucking
also
Norris.
Wolf McQuade.
He's fucking Chuck Norris.
But it was, you have to understand, I was like 10, 11 at the time. But yeah, okay. To go to Darren's comment about Batman, the Jim Carrey role, I can definitely see how Tommy Lee Jones was trying to channel Jack Nicholson's Joker, because he would go from the calm and collected to the utterly psycho at times. But I don't necessarily see it too much with Riddler. He was just always kind of off his rocker before and after his transformation.
Hey, I like
So-
Drew Barrymore in it. Yeah.
I don't know. I what was the other actress who played the other one? I can't even remember her name.
Alicia
No.
Silverstone.
No, that's Batgirl, and that's Batman and Robin. I'm talking about they had Sugar and Spice. Drew Barrymore played Sugar. I can't remember who played Spice. She was the one that looked hotter to me, if you ask, if in my humble opinion.
I don't feel like looking it up.
So probably going to see How to Train Your Dragon Friday or Saturday.
Oh, Caddy might drag me to go see that.
I'm gonna see that.
Now I've only ever seen the first one. I liked it. Never watched the other ones.
It's a hang on without
I actually think it looks good.
without spoiling it. It's supposed to be like The Lion King. It's supposed to be almost frame for frame per the cartoon. It's supposed to be basically matching it. This is the hype that they're going off of. They're saying it's gonna parallel the cartoon. So basically, it's supposed to be scene for scene cartoon and live action, like Lion King did.
All right.
That's the point.
To go back to Darren's point, yeah, in the comics, Riddler was calm and collected, but Jim Carrey's portrayal of the Riddler in Batman Forever, as Edward Enigma, he was kind of off his rocker. After his transformation to the Riddler, he was just more off his rocker. So
He's trying to go by Gorsh again.
Yeah, the characterization still fits throughout the arc of the movie. If you want to compare him
the guy who played Riddler in the 66.
Yeah, he was definitely channeling him too.
Yeah,
but I'm just
Frank
saying, yeah, Darren's interpretation of the Riddler in the comic books is absolutely correct. Riddler is calm and collected for the most part. The only time he loses his cool is when someone keeps figuring out his riddles. Sorry, and or just doesn't do the riddles the way he wants them to. So yeah, it's a completely different interpretation of the character. But I'm saying Jim Carrey's method of acting fits the version of the Riddler he decided to portray.
I agree. My issue with the Batman movie, and I made
Which
this
one? Which
nothing
Batman
to do-
movie?
Yeah.
The latest one.
Oh, Robert Pattinson.
Pattinson?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Despite the fact that Robert Pattinson looked a little too skinny, and that's one thing. I'm not gonna get into that. I was disappointed because the way they made it look was this was going to be more of the Batman detective, which I really wanted, because I really don't think they've ever really tapped into the detective part of him. And I just felt like they didn't really tap into it like I was expecting or I was hoping.
He was a shitty detective.
Yeah. I thought they were going to do a lot more with it too. Same thing with the Dark Knight, when they kept saying that he was going to bring more of his detective stuff to him.
Yeah, like the
Other
Long
than,
Halloween. He was a detective in Long Halloween. He kept getting shit wrong. I'm like, this
sorry,
is like
in
Long Halloween.
Elihu, I disagree. In Long Halloween, he's learning to become a detective.
I thought he
So-
was already a detective and he was getting
No,
shit wrong. I'm
It-
like,
the whole point of Long Halloween is the Long Halloween is supposed to be his quote second year as Batman,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
it's year one. It was his story of becoming, the Dark Knight.
Mhm.
In Long Halloween, it's him becoming the world's greatest detective. But he basically, the way they did it, which I actually liked, was he learns from his villains how to become a detective, especially with his interactions with the Joker and Calendar Man. And I loved what they did with Calendar Man in the series because he, instead of becoming, this, one note villain with a gimmick, they actually make him kind of menacing and sympathetic during the storyline.
Yeah, Long Halloween is great. So is Dark Victory, its sequel.
Yeah, Darren. Retcons are a thing. I know, but what can you do? And I also agree with you, Darren. John Glover was the best Riddler so far.
So, when does the Fantastic Four movie come out? A couple weeks.
Sorry, what?
I actually haven't been paying attention. I'm still. Me and Mrs. Vile were talking about watching Thunderbolts finally this weekend, but it's already gone from all the theaters in our area, and it's not going to be on Disney Plus, I guess, for another few weeks. So either I catch it going Army Mateys, or we wait until it comes to Disney Plus.
I really have no interest in watching it. The only anything I've watched recently has been I watched Daredevil Born Again.
I watched Godzilla again last night.
Which Godzilla?
2017.
Okay.
The good one. You know, when San Francisco was destroyed.
There's the good one of modern, and then there's the great one, which is Godzilla -1.
Okay, the good one.
Darren,
Well, I actually realized that when the kaiju, when the Moto was destroying San Francisco, I actually realized, oh my gosh, that's my apartment building.
Okay, all Godzilla movies are good Godzilla movies, just based on Godzilla being in them.
Darren,
Yeah,
remind me, who wrote All-Star Batman and Superman? The one where Batman has Robin eat rats? Because that was a horrible rendition. Was that also Frank Miller? Because I can't remember.
Yes, I think that was.
Because I liked year
No,
one.
that
I
was
thought
either
All-Star
Frank
Batman
Miller
and
or
Robin was
Mark
awful.
Millar, I think. Yeah, he kept saying, "I'm the goddamn Batman."
Yeah.
Miller. That's be Miller.
Oh God, it was horrible. He's abusive as fuck.
Okay. I just wanted a confirmation because I will say, at least when it comes to comic books, your knowledge outpaces mine.
Darren does. Darren's
That's what I
knowledge
just
of
said,
comics.
Darren.
I do like if there was an Elsewhere series I wouldn't mind reading. It would honestly be from the Flashpoint to continue on the story because I remember reading this one. I quite enjoyed it. Where it's actually Bruce Wayne who's the one who's killed, and Thomas Wayne becomes the Batman, and Martha went insane because of the death of her son, and she becomes the Joker.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a good storyline.
That I thought was like, when I read that, I was like, damn, I want more of this.
They touched on it in the animated Flashpoint movie.
Yeah.
And I recently rewatched The Flash because it was free on either Hulu or Tubi. I can't remember which one. And all I gotta say is I liked Flash the first time I watched it. On the second viewing, I liked it less. And I think the more I watch it, the more I'm gonna like the Paradox movie or the Flashpoint Paradox movie over the Flash Ezra Miller movie.
I would absolutely agree with that.
And I don't blame it on, like, Michael Keaton did great. And I liked, I don't know the actress's name, but the actress who played Supergirl in that movie, I liked her arc. It was short,
was good.
but it was relatively well done. I'm not going to say it was great, but it was relatively well done for her arc.
Campbell likes the performance. He even raved about it online.
Well, one thing I will say that when it came, I mean, honestly, yeah, the best part was Michael Keaton going up against Kryptonians, and it's like he knows he has no chance in hell, but he's still going to fight. He's going to go down fighting, and then it's like he gets slammed down hard. You know he's dead after that, and he's like, I'm still going to blow up the back of your head.
Want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
Get nuts.
All right, guys.
Well, I gotta agree with Darren. The Ezra Miller Flash movie does kind of erase itself from continuity. So,
All right, guys, I'm gonna head out. I've been trying to interject for a few minutes. I'm just gonna say, howdy. I gotta go out. It's gonna be hot here today, and I want to get all my outdoor stuff done before it gets any hotter.
Oh, it's funny because it's actually sprinkling here.
Is it? No, it's like going to be, I don't know what your temperatures are. It's going to be like over 25 today, and I have weeding to do in the garden, so I don't want to.
It's 18. It's going to be 18 here, and it's cloudy and cold.
That is chilly. I would actually take that. Actually, no, 18 would be perfect for going out in the garden and weeding.
Let me check my weather. What do we got today? And I think we got rain today, man.
I don't know.
Of course, it's a day game.
Your crazy oldie-timey temperatures.
No, it gets sunny and warm in the daytime. Then in the evening, it's cloudy and cold. I mean, I miss the planetary alignment because of the haze. I miss Mars because of the fog. Every time I miss the aurora because of the high haze. Like every time there's an astronomical event here, the clouds, haze, fog. If it's clear and sunny, nothing's going on. Usual shit.
All right.
And maybe I'm just different, Darren. I didn't mind if Michael Keaton's Batman was going to die, as long as it was done heroically. Especially when you have normal guy with just gadgets against Kryptonians, it kind of makes sense that he wouldn't necessarily survive. And he doesn't really have the time to prepare as much because he's been MIA for years, kind of going batshit crazy himself. Forgive the pun. So. But I still liked him as that Batman. It still worked for me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just different.
I still like Val Kilmer's Batman.
For us today, it's gonna get to about no.
She already left.
No, I was just curious what it was gonna be today. We're gonna have about 80 today.
Damn.
So for Celsius, that's 26.
It is chilly here.
I don't know. Hold on. I got my other phone. I can look. I don't even know what temperature it is right now.
I just know
right now.
Hey,
right now it's 55 Fahrenheit.
All I know is I've been busting my ass for 3 straight days, spring cleaning this room, and it's been nice.
All right, so it's 62 degrees here in TJ right now.
Damn.
I know it's been a cool. Did anybody notice it's been a cool spring this year? Last year we were at least up in my area. We're about 85, 90 right now.
We've been getting a lot of light rain here, which I'm not saying is a bad thing, but it also means in next year the fire season will be pretty bad. And someone just sent me a message.
Okay, question for you guys. Do you think no, never mind. I'll save that for another day. How do you think the Superman movie's gonna do?
Excellent.
I'm gonna give it a shot. Actually, I'm gonna be honest, they kind of had me sold on Crypto. And also with him doing the interview with Lois, and I'm like, that's Lois. I'm like, that is how Lois would do it. I mean, she's going to ask the tough questions.
I have seen every single Superman movie in the theater since I was a kid, and I'm not going to break that tradition. Batman vs. Superman does not count because there was a Batman movie involved. Batman was involved. But if it's a plain old Superman movie, I will uphold my tradition and see it in the theater. That's just me. I've been a huge Superman fan since I was a kid. Him and the Flash.
Which Flash?
Barry Allen.
Barry Allen.
Sorry, I'm trying to think, and I'm like, for when it comes to Superman movies, since Superman Returns, I've seen them all in the theater. But I'm including Batman versus Superman, and I'm including Justice League.
I'm not.
So
I think,
and I'm trying to think what Batman movie have I not seen in the theaters other than Sub-Zero. I didn't count that one because it was at a very, very limited theatrical release.
I know for a fact I did not see Patterson in the
you
theater.
saw the Phantom one, right?
Mask of the
Phantom
Phantasm?
Menace?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I saw that in theater too.
Yeah, me too.
That was I loved that one in the theaters. I don't know why, but it worked so well, especially at the end. The freaking Joker stomping around the model city. For some reason, that worked so much better on the big screen than it did on TV.
Some things just work better.
So,
so having Train Your Dragon, if they were going to do, here's how I think they could do a Green Lantern movie. First off, don't call it Green Lantern, call it the Green Lantern Corps.
Yeah, it's supposed to be Lantern Corps, something like that.
There are plenty of Green Lanterns. There's, actually, if you want to do this, you could take Hal as being, kind of the elder, one of the elder Green Lanterns now. You could have him as a season one. You could have a couple of the other ones as season ones. And, we don't need to know the origin of the Green Lanterns. They can prop that little bit in there and there. Then if it does well, we could actually maybe, get a better storyline on Sinestro and why he created the Sinestro Corps, because that was a great storyline.
Okay, by the way, let me give you an update on the HBO show Lanterns. It's going to be starring Kyle Chandler as Hal Jordan, Aaron Pierre as John Stewart, Ulrich Tomlinson as Sinestro, and Nathan Fillion is rumored to have a cameo as Guy Gardner. It is slated to have 8 episodes and released when 2026.
Hold on, is it live action or is it animated? And I'm going to mute myself for a little bit.
Live action. It's basically with the True Detective meets Star Wars tone.
I could go for that. I mean, they can do a lot of space stuff because, come on. I mean, it would also be, if it went successful, you could eventually explore into the other realms of the color spectrum. The Red Lanterns, the
Blue Lanterns. I know.
The Starfire.
You just want them to introduce Razor, huh?
No shit, Sherlock. No.
Well, because I have I like the character. I would like to see Larfleeze as the Orange Lantern.
Oh,
because to this day I think he's got the best Lantern oath thing that he says.
Yeah.
What's mine is mine is mine is mine is mine is mine is mine, not yours.
He's like, you know what he reminds me of? A Ferengi on a next level.
This Lantern show needs to have a special Lantern cameo. They need to bring in Chip.
Actually, what would be a good story? What would be an interesting storyline to bring up? Okay, my personal favorite of the human Green Lanterns is Guy Gardner. Mostly because he's always had kind of that, like, fuck you attitude.
Mm-hmm.
So I've kind of always liked that about him. But there was a time in a story arc I did actually read where he's actually a Red Lantern.
Yeah.
Did you hear the interview James Gunn said about the guy's haircut?
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody asked him why did you have Guy Gardner in that kind of haircut? His response: I just wanted to see Nathan in a bowl cut. I'm like, okay. I mean, they're good friends, so.
I'm looking forward to seeing Filoni as Guy Gardner. Who's your guys' favorite Lantern?
Gardner.
Gardner?
Well, to me, it's a toss-up between Hal Jordan and John Stewart. But the reason, I will fully admit, one of the reasons I like John Stewart so much is because he was the Green Lantern that was tapped for most of Justice League's run in the DCAU.
Yeah,
he's also Marine, so.
I love the story arc between him and Hawkgirl. I like that
especially
one
when
scene. Yeah,
sorry,
like
go ahead.
Where it flashes to black when it's like you kind of know what's about to happen, and then you just hear this old lady go, "It's about time."
Well, it's also the fact that when they do this future Static Shock episode.
Oh yeah,
and tie into Batman Beyond as well as Static Shock. They have that character Warhawk, and they're like, "Who's you?" And they're like, "Oh, I'm your son. You and she are all son." What?
Who's your mother? Isn't it obvious?
Yeah, he goes, "Who's your mother? Isn't it obvious?" No, I like it. Yeah. Bruce Wayne meet Batman. Batman meet Bruce Wayne. Shut up. Oh, is that what they call stereo? My arm's getting cold. Oh my God, I can't believe I was ever this green. Let me show you how to properly interrogate someone. I saw also in that story, there was one time for, I don't know how that happened. Supergirl was also on the Red Lantern. Had a red ring.
Yeah, Supergirl had one for a while too.
I thought she was Harbinger, but I didn't know she was a Lantern.
And I know there was, I don't know if it was an Elseworld story, but I know there was, because I just remember the cover. Batman had a Green Lantern ring at one point. I think he had a Yellow Lantern ring at one point.
No, what happened with the Yellow Lantern one, because I've been looking for an Elsewhere comic where they did, during one story arc, the Lantern thing that was going on, Brightest Night or Darkest Night, whatever it was going on in that time. And one of the Sinestro Corps rings actually chose Batman, and he rejected it.
Hey,
all right, so
what I was saying earlier?
I decided to look it up.
You know what I was saying earlier about news headlines? I'm sorry, but this is not political. One of the news stickers right here, it just said, quote, "Giant lizard spotted in Sonoma County Park." Like, what?
Giant what?
It just said literally, "Giant lizard spotted in Sonoma County Park." That's all that ticker said. I'm like, what? Yeah, I'm like, what? I'm looking this up right now.
Sorry,
I'm going
to bring my ticker up.
All right, I'm going to do a Doctor Who here. What? What? What?
Yeah.
All right. Hold on. In various either main line or side stories, Superman has had a Yellow Lantern ring, a Blue Lantern ring, a White Lantern ring, a Green Lantern ring, and a Black Lantern ring. So there's that.
It is a gonzo lizard.
Oh, one of the remember you guys saw the animated movie, the Justice League Tower of Babel, right?
No.
Oh, the one where everybody is getting all of the Justice League people are getting beat by their weaknesses. And
oh, I remember that one. Yeah, who's attacking them? I am. Yeah, I remember that one now.
yeah, he's like, who's attacking
Okay.
him? I am.
All right.
And he goes
So-
and tells them he had every scenario for every member of the Justice League, just in case. He goes and he justifies it by saying, we are some of the most powerful people in the world. And what if one of us goes bad? He's like, we have to have contingencies for that. And he's the only one who sees that. And then, when Superman comes, he goes, so yeah, contingency of all of us but you. Is that kind
That's
of
why I have you guys.
He goes,
All right.
That's why the
So,
Justice
hold on.
League exists.
Since I got my other phone right now, I was looking it up. The movie you're talking about is called Justice League Doom. It is a adaptation of the Tower of Babel storyline.
Yeah.
And it's a direct sequel to the standalone movie Justice League Crisis on Two Earths.
Yeah, I have both of those.
So one of the things I really want to do is make like a movie map of the Warner Brothers DC animated films so people can understand, because some of them are DCEU, some of them are DCU, some of them are all over. And hold on, I'll be right back. Mrs. Vile's coming back out to the car.
More coffee. Yeah, totally excusable. No problem.
What about Red Sun? You read that one, Elihu?
You mean where Comrade Superman it takes over Lenin's job? Yes, I have. I read it and I've seen the cartoon.
Wonderful storyline, wasn't it?
Yeah, but the Batman arc was kind of dumb.
True.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Mrs. Vile is complaining about the cold, and I'm like, it's 62 degrees outside. It's not cold.
But yeah, they're one of the things that's interesting is when it came to for quite a while, it seemed like DC really couldn't get a good quality movie out, but they were killing it in the anime department.
And it was like the exact opposite for Marvel.
Yeah.
Marvel was making all their animated stuff was lukewarm at best. But their live action was rocking it. And also DC at the time had good live action TV, but not live action movies.
And DC animated set the whole entire universe, reset it with Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 3.
Yeah, the Crisis on Infinite Earths parts 1, 2, and 3, I did not like.
I actually did. It's like go back before the beginning. I'm like, before the beginning, I didn't get it until I'm like, oh, now I get it.
Well, if I watch them all three back to back to back, I watched them as they came out, and a lot of it I just thought it was really dumb interpretations.
Watch War World before you watch them back to back to back.
I've watched War World before that.
Okay.
I still thought it was dumb. But again,
what I need to do
is watch all of them in order. Thank you very much, babe. Love you.
It was interesting something in two different franchises. You had Star Trek, where you had Star Trek 2, Star Trek 3, and Star Trek 4 were basically a trilogy in there.
Yeah.
And you had a similar thing, and you had the same thing happen in Nightmare on Elm Street with Dream Warrior.
Oh, I love Dream Warrior.
Dream Warrior, Dream Master, and Dream Child.
Yep.
They were all three a trilogy.
Yeah, I'm not a horror fan, but I love Dream Warrior.
I don't know if I coined the phrase, but I call them inter-series trilogies. I also compared it to like the Tommy Jarvis trilogy in Friday the 13th. Or the Thorn trilogy in Halloween. Or the Circle of the Thorn trilogy in Halloween series.
Oh, I have a trivia question for you. How many Friday the 13th movies have been made that Jason was not the killer?
2.
Hold on.
I'm not even a horror fan. I know. Okay.
It's 2. You know the first one.
I'm gonna agree with 2 because I'm going through each movie in my head. Because you have Pamela Voorhees for the first one, and then you have the ambulance driver. I can't remember his name offhand.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
And yeah, that was one of the Tommy Jarvis ones. That was one of the second Tommy Jarvis film, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, that was I think the 4th one. I think that one, it was basically a sequel off of the first one that had the 3rd one that's the one that had Corey Feldman in it.
Yep.
So yeah, a lot of people don't realize that. Some people forget that actually Jason hasn't been in 2 of the movies. And no, I don't count that scene on the lake.
Which scene on the lake you're talking about? At the end of the first movie?
Yeah, because she was literally just having a bad dream.
Yeah, that I would say that was a bad dream too. Personally, in my personal head canon.
Now
I know that the director for Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, he said that he took that as gospel, essentially.
What?
That Jason was in the first movie. And that's why he brought Jason back after the toxic waste hit him.
Mm-hmm.
He believed that Jason did attack what's-her-name from the first movie, and that's his true form, essentially.
One of the things that really sucks about the second movie, and I'll be honest with you, is the first half is just literally the first 15 minutes is just a rehash of the first movie and her getting an ice pick through the head. I'm just I skip all that and just go straight to when the movie actually starts. Because I'm it's pointless.
I don't know. I like the continuity aspect of it, though.
I didn't, just because I'm we don't even know where the hell she is. So what? Jason's how did Jason find out where she lived? I mean, I could hit a million questions. The point of the matter is, I feel like it was filler time.
Google search.
Needed. I think it was filler time that wasn't needed.
You found it through Google search, okay?
Well, in my mind, Jason basically becomes more and more of a force of nature as the series progresses.
Uh-huh.
So maybe by the second movie, he still has enough mental acuity to actually, look someone up in the phone book.
I'm going to be honest. I still love Jason X, Jason in space. I'm
No.
Oh, come on, it's so funny.
I liked it too. I mean, it's campy, it's badly written, badly acted, but it's all done in good fun, and it's got some funny kills, and one of the best kills of any horror movie ever. So you know what? It gets a fucking pass. Plus, technically, based on the space station that gets destroyed, I believe out of any slasher movie, it has the highest body count.
Dude, that is worse than Leprechaun in the Hood.
Leprechaun in the Hood is good.
Dude, I'm going to make some more coffee because you need to take it's going to be a commercial break, and I don't want to watch a commercial, so I'm going to make some more coffee.
All right, yeah, we'll take a short break from our sponsors. Or sponsor.
I'm going to go get a beer.
Avoid super battle droids, but not the super dealers at SD GameSwap.
And now, a special message from some of the Vile children.
You're gay. How'd you know?
Well, shoot, did they not realize that the commercial is only about 13 seconds? So, at the request of my son and one of my daughters, I've been watching My Hero Academia. I brought it up before. When MB was complaining about the rehashing of the plot for Friday the 13th Part 1 in Friday the 13th Part 2, that is one thing that I wish they would cut from My Hero Academia, is there is so much recapping and playing of old scenes that just happened like 1 or 2 episodes ago that you only get like 15 minutes of new footage every single episode, and it's annoying as all hell. I swear, every single arc that they have can be cut down to an hour-and-a-half movie, even if it's like 10, 15 episodes.
Oh, you love my new killer clowns?
Oh, you showed them off before.
Yeah, love them. Got them up.
Yeah, they're not from outer space, though, dude.
Oh. Hey, they were just cruising the galaxy and stopped for a bite to eat.
They just wanted some cotton candy.
Oh, what was the movie? Man, there was a movie.
Sorry, coffee pot's a little loud.
Recent. Oh, what was that? Shit.
Trying to think what else I watched this week. This week has been a crazy week. I'm not going to go into it.
Oh, I watched a lot of behind. I watched a documentary on the Shawshank Redemption, and whew, that was impressive. So the scene at the end, right, where Morgan and Andy are Red and Andy are on that beach together. That was actually the very first scene they filmed because they wanted to have that like awkward friendship thing look before they had worked together and built that relationship.
They never explained how the poster got sealed perfectly on the wall after Andy crawled through the hole.
Nope.
Jeez.
But it turned out it turned out they got a lot of fight back from some of the corporation. They wanted to cut certain things out, like the old guy, the librarian.
Brooks.
Yeah. And he was kind of a footnote, but the guy found he should be part of the storyline. And he fought for that, and he got it because he felt it was good for the story. Because you look at 3 parallels. You have Andy, who's never given up hope. Red, who's pretty much just in between. He's almost at Brooks' place. And then you have Brooks, who comes to it. He's like, I can't live out here. He's like, I can't adjust to this. And that's where he takes a different approach. He's like, I can't do this. I mean, he even said he just wanted to, he was like, he thought about shooting the clerk and robbing the place just so he could go back to jail.
I kind of disagree with you at one point. As far as I relay the story, Andy comes in broken, and it's his relationships in prison that actually inspire him not to give up.
Yes, and actually he becomes the focus of hope for other people because there are just little things he's doing that start to help with morale and stuff. And the big dynamic is he actually gives hope to Red. Because if you look at the way Red would go to Pearl, it's like, just tell them what they want to hear. And then he finally goes in and just says, I don't give a shit anymore. Yeah, I fucked up. Yeah, I did this. Now they let him out. And the studio actually wanted to cut it to take that scene where they see each other and just have him on the bus. And they said, that'll be fine. He goes, no. He goes, that leaves the audience wondering, and it just leaves on the idea of hope. He goes, this is the completion of hope.
So basically, the way I would look at it is a lot of the prisoners have that ember of, hope within them that reignites Andy's, proverbial flame, and then after a while, he ends up becoming more of a beacon and attracting more of it to him because once it's lit back in him, he's able to bring hope to other people even more.
He becomes,
But
he
starts off completely broken.
Yeah, he starts off broken because he's an innocent man, and and I mean, but yeah, he starts getting his hope. He starts over time, and it becomes infectious in the other prisoners. Also, one of the things that I found out was each one of the actors, they all actually created different background ideas for their characters that were not in the script. They just decided how they wanted to do it. Like Clancy Brown, he based his guy off a real life corrupt CO.
Makes sense.
And Red, and the way Morgan Freeman, it says, well, we know Red killed someone, but he goes, I think Red was probably one of those guys, back in the day running with the black communities to, their gangs and everything. And he had some power and influence, and that was stripped of him. And he said that's why he was making the character kind of like that. And he sees something in Andy as, another man who had power and influence and had it ripped away from him. And he said that's how he would engage the character. The Warden was based off of.
Do you know what it's on? What the documentary's on? Because I haven't seen it.
YouTube. Yeah, it was just something I found on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
I think it was back when it was the 25th anniversary. And one of the things is, the movie was a victim of bad timing. I mean, it came out against two fucking blockbusters. And what happened was, at some point, one of the channels just kept running it, periodically. They would always run it. And what they found was people were not just watching it once, they were watching it all the time. Like when they knew it was coming on, they'd watch it. And then people would ask for it in the rental stores, and they actually made enough money off of all that. And what do they call it? Residual?
Yes. Residuals and royalty checks, yeah.
Yeah, residuals and royalties. And they said they got enough off that from the renting stuff that the movie actually became very profitable.
And you got to remember, Morgan Freeman even said what defined his character was the line, "That was the only bet I ever lost." Like, that defined his character. When Andy was not the first one to cry out, like, "That was the only bet I ever lost." It's like, that defined my character. That was who Red is.
Cost me two packs of
yeah. I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah.
I like how he says it. He never made a sound.
And see, that's what. Okay, I know a lot of people might look at that and be like, "That's why they don't think that Andy Dufresne was broken when he came into prison." The fact that he didn't make a sound is exactly why I believe he was broken, because he was so utterly devastated by what happened to him. He was still unable to even mentally cope with it enough to cry.
I could actually see where you're coming from there. I could definitely see that, because if you look at the way he looks throughout the beginning of that process, his eyes are black. He's
blank faced. It's a blank face.
Black faced. He is just, and then as time goes around, but I mean, yeah, the storyline was just something that, reason why it works so well, they said, is because they think it inspires an idea that's universal. It's like, you got to find hope in something. And that was kind of a thing in there that really was what resonated with a lot of people. And
what are you eating, Mike?
One of the things they said was, well, it's kind of interesting how this movie works. It's like the movie takes place over a 20-year span for things to go the way it does. And it just took, a while for this movie to catch up with people and be like, oh. So it's one of those. There's another one that I think that happened. There's a couple that's happened to where the movie didn't do so well. The word of mouth afterwards, and rentals and stuff was
The Green Mile.
yes.
Well, if we're gonna just talk about that kind of stuff, I would also go to Tremors. Tremors was a box office bomb, but it did so well in the rental market. It got, let's see, how many sequels we had?
3, I think.
And a TV
Aftershock,
show.
Back to Perfection. The Story Begins.
And Netflix is doing a miniseries, right?
Yeah. Hang on, let me pull it up for you. Hang on. Where is it?
Well, I know that Kevin Bacon series didn't pan out.
I thought it was already filmed and everything.
It was, but they ended up not releasing it at all.
Okay, there's Tremors, Tremors 2, Aftershocks, 3, Back to Perfection, 4, Legend Begins, 5, Bloodlines, Tremors: A Cold Day in Hell, Tremors: Shrieker Islands, and there was also the series in 2003 and an unaired pilot in 2018.
Yeah. And for the continuity wise, I don't know about the Kevin Bacon one because I haven't seen it. The pilot that didn't get released. Everything takes place in the same continuity. And if you're going to watch it chronologically, it's the fourth movie, 1, 2, 3, the series, 5, 6, and 7. And 7 is where Burt Gummer finally dies. I hate to be a spoiler, but
yeah, it was his 7th film. He was in all of them.
Yeah. And I love the joke in one of them where, wait, did you switch teams? No, I switched hats.
I didn't like Jamie Kennedy in 6.
I never saw past 3.
Well, go back and watch 4. 4 is fun. Because
it's a prequel.
Oh wait, which ones had the ass blasters?
That was number 2.
2.
No, sorry, that was number 3.
Yeah, that was the last one I saw. What's the one?
Oh yeah, the grab rates of yeah, that's right. The flying ass blasters.
And then Bloodlines and A Cold Day in Hell both feature the African version of the graboids and ass blasters. And then Shrieker Island, they are genetically modified shriekers. So, yeah, it's actually it's to make basically for the last 3 movies they use CGI a lot to make the graboids more villainous looking. I don't know how else to say it. More spiky, more pointy, more
menacing.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest, the CGI really made anything look that scary.
Scary? No, the perfection. No. Perfected, yes. The best CGI I've ever seen was in Marvel. What's the name? The Marvel Captain Danvers Marvel movie. That's the best CGI I've ever seen because Brie Larson wore a skull cap and all of her hair was CGI'd. I'm like, really? Yeah, she wore a skull cap and all of her hair was CGI'd. Like, that's what the best CGI I've ever seen.
What was the point of that?
Because in space, they weren't exactly sure how they were filming it, so they had to have a skull cap on when they were filming it. They weren't sure how her hair was moving. Yeah, because in space, your hair's got to be some kind of flowing a little bit because of momentum, because her head's moving. And they wanted that CGI. Then I'm like, she was wearing a skull cap. Holy shit, that's some damn good CGI there. Better than Thor. Better than Thor. The little boy head.
Cold Day in Hell. If you go watch them, NB, Cold Day in Hell is probably the worst one that they made. It's the second one that has Jamie Kennedy in it.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
For one, it's filmed like what they kind of filmed 5 and 6 back to back.
Yeah, this is set in the Arctic.
Both of them are filmed in frickin' what was it, Africa?
South Africa was in Bloodlines. Antarctica was in Clothing in Hell.
Yeah, but they were both filmed in Africa, not where the movies take place. And in order to make it appear to be taking place in the Arctic, they just put a blue filter over everything, and it looks fucking stupid. I mean, they're like, oh, it's cold as all hell, and you see everyone sweating their balls off. Because they're in the middle of the African heat, and they're trying to say, "Oh, look at the ice dunes. It's just sand dunes colored blue."
If it's freezing outside and you're sweating, you need to stop what you're doing immediately and sit down. There's something wrong with you.
And I didn't really hate Jamie Kennedy, but he was fucking annoying.
Yeah, I didn't like him in that.
And for Bloodlines, they make a lot of human biology jokes that get old real fast.
Let's see. There's actually 3 movies this year I'm interested in: Superman, How to Train Your Dragon, and Megan 2.
Oh, Megan 2, I want to see.
Somebody likes Andor.
How you doing, Mercer? Come on up if you want, man.
Yeah, somebody likes Andor.
I like Andor.
But
I'm looking forward to Fantastic Four, Superman, and that's it. Really, I don't care about.
I do love her. I am going to actually enjoy Megan 2. I think just because they're keeping the same kind of formula. It's like, okay, so
she's supposed to be taller.
Be kind of the good girl.
She's supposed to be taller, though.
Yeah,
all right, so hold on. I went to a list of ones that are supposed to be coming out. Sinners. It's already out, but I want to see it. Let's see. Oh, Final Destination Bloodlines. I haven't seen it yet, but everyone has told me how great the movie is. When I did my last community offensive stream, we had who was it? Mike Susie 4. He was raving about how great it was. And we're good, Mercer, but as I said, if you want to come on up, link should be pinned. I do want to see Karate Kid Legends.
I saw that. That was good.
A lot of these movies are already out, but I want to see them. Mickey 17, Bring Her Back, The Phoenician Scheme, Thunderbolts.
Do not see Mickey 17. Do not. It's
Why?
not worth it. It's not worth it. Robert Pattinson's a great actor in the movie, but the movie sucks.
Well, I still want to see it right now.
Don't waste your money in the theater to see Mickey 17. That's all I'm saying.
I think the only show I'm waiting on this year right now is House of the Dragon.
Well, I'm looking forward to How to Train Your Dragon, Superman Legacy, Fantastic Four, Wolfman, Mortal Kombat 2, Tron Ares, Wicked 2, of course.
I want to see, yeah.
What else? That's basically what I'm looking forward to this year.
I actually want to see.
Not interested.
The Accountant 2, I want to see.
Mm.
No. Well, I might want to see Novocaine. Have you guys heard about that one?
No.
Yeah, with the Jack Quaid. It's like that John Stamos movie, Crank. Kind of reminds me too much of that.
Crank.
Yeah.
How you doing? Positive Gandor. But Jack Quaid is a good actor. I like him, so I might want to see it just to see how he does.
I got Reagan. I've still been meaning to. My wife and I got Reagan. We haven't watched that. Oh,
Jack Quaid reminds me of a animated Jim Carrey, but not as funny.
Oh, now that all our physical media is out, now you can see everything we have that's not in the cases. Well, that is in the cases. Then we have a bunch of ones that aren't in cases.
All right. Does anyone have any because apparently this is a thing, and I have no interest in seeing it whatsoever. Happy Gilmore 2.
No.
Yeah.
Not in the theaters.
I'm not even going to see it.
Isn't Bob Barker deceased now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This takes place 15 years after he won the tournament. So basically, it's like takes place nowadays, now times.
No.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, I'm going to mute myself again because we got the car coming through.
No problem.
Yeah, it depends on who is in it with them, I guess.
Shooter McGavin's back.
I mean, I imagine you're going to go see 28 years later, right?
Might be
No.
interested in that.
I'll catch them when it comes out and streaming.
Not into zombie movies no more.
No. I've seen 1 and 2. I just have seen 28 Days, 28 Weeks Later.
Yeah.
I like.
I do want to see 28 Years Later. I think it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, I think so too.
One on the requel, not really requel, but you know what I mean, like not really reboot, but long time continuation. I want to see the friggin' Naked Gun, the new one with Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that video, like the trailer clip where they're doing the little work to their fathers. They show OJ and the guy's like.
Yeah, Liam Neeson, I think, considering his other bad guy movies, playing now a comic.
Oh, this brings up something. Go finish your thought, Candor.
Yeah, I mean, Liam Neeson now basically playing a comic. Based off of obviously what's his name? Gosh, I can't think of his name right now. Shit. Who was the original guy in the other one?
Yeah, his name was just in my head. Now I can't remember. Frank Drebin's the character.
Yeah. Leslie
You
Nielsen.
talking about Naked Gun?
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Just like Leslie Nielsen used to play kind of serious roles, and then, with the Naked Gun, he played obviously a comedic role. And now it's kind of poetic that Liam Neeson also kind of played some pretty serious roles, and now he's playing this comedic role. So I think that's good.
Now, let's remember, he was also the captain in Forbidden Planet.
Yeah, Leslie Nielsen, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, very serious role.
Yeah, very serious role, yeah. And he got the girl, so
Yeah.
What do you guys think about Spaceballs 2 with Josh Gas doing it?
No.
I have no. And if I'm sorry, if Mel Brooks is not involved, I'm not going to be interested.
Yeah.
He is set as a producer.
Okay. Well,
no, man. He's in his 90s.
Okay, hold on. Is he a producer as in they're giving him money to have his name on the title credits as producer, or is he actually involved in production?
Involved in production.
Okay, then I'll be more inclined to watch it.
Yeah, Brooks remains very involved in the process. It's who's doing it? Amazon MGM.
All right, question. Because me and my son, he wants to watch the Predator movies, and we ended up watching Aliens versus Predator first because he's only 10 and it's a PG-13 film as opposed to R like most of the other ones, so that's why I wanted to start him off there. But just to get a feel for it, I watched Killer of Killers before I watched it with him.
Is that the new animated one?
Seen Predator Killer of Killers yet?
The new animated? I have not.
Yeah.
I have not yet.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I don't know if I appreciate the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse animation style as much, because I don't know if I like that choppiness that they do during some of the action-heavy scenes. But the storyline was great. The voice acting was great. And it has a connection to Prey. And I'm hoping it's because they got the live action Predator Badlands coming out. I'm like, I don't think I've been more interested into seeing a Predator movie in a very long time after Prey and this new Killer of Killers.
Prey was very well done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think I've only seen that one once.
I watched it twice.
The whole thing is she is not a Mary Sue. The whole thing she realizes is, like the main protagonist would do. They eventually start learning the bird, and she's like, he's not killing it. It's like, why is he not? And she realized because he doesn't perceive her as a threat right now. And then she learns about the magic flower that converts her in. I mean, I don't care about that part because, come on, we've already know that Mud really wouldn't have hit his infrared, but his body heat, but who gives a shit? It was still a cool scene.
Actually, Mythbusters got it wrong. That you can actually cover Mud and be immune to infrared.
Say that again, Elihu?
Mythbusters try to do it, but they got it wrong because they were in a controlled setting. A couple of scientists actually did this is an outdoor setting, and they proved that mud, like when Arnold covered himself, can hide you from infrared.
Well, especially if you're in a jungle that already has an ambient, higher than normal ambient temperature.
Yes. That would be another factor.
Yeah, that's why I said Mythbusters got it wrong because they were in a controlled environment. So everybody's going like, oh, no, they can't do it. Yeah, Mythbusters got it wrong.
Well, even they've admitted a few times they've done research. It's like, oh,
yeah.
Well, what was it?
But yeah, for the new one, I really want to see the new Predator Badlands.
Oh, I like how they tied it in with Predator 2.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, is that going to be the gun? Turned out it was.
For Killer of Killers, yeah, they did that.
No, they did that in Prey, remember?
Oh, well, okay. The Predator 2 gun comes back both in Prey and in Killer of Killers.
Okay. But yeah, that was very interesting. I mean, they seem like they're getting better after the last Predator movie, which I thought was really bad. The one prior was okay, but just not really that good.
Are you talking about Predators? The one where they or not Predator? Which is the one that had the Predator? That's the one where they had the friggin', oh, we're trying to autism as a superpower. No, fuck that. Sorry. As a son that has autism, it's like, fuck that.
Yeah, that was kind of fucked up. And I have family that have autism, and I've got a lot of and I know a lot of my wife's side and friends and stuff who have kids with autism. No, it's not always the easiest thing to deal with.
Was that part 2? Was in LA?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Predator 2, I will always have a special place in my heart because the first TV I ever bought when I was like 6 or 7 years old, I got it at a garage sale. It was a portable television, so it only had a 3.5-inch screen. Hold on.
I remember those. I remember the little portable TVs.
Yep, I remember those.
The antenna, battery operated, those deep batteries.
So,
yeah.
So the screen is only this big, but the TV is like 1.5 feet long.
Yeah.
And it had, an antenna, so you actually had the bunny ears on it that came out. Although it did have I did have the ability to hook it up to video game consoles. because it had both an RF out line, a coaxial line, and an RGB line. So I was like, that was one of the reasons I bought it, because I could hook up my Nintendo to it.
That's why most people got them.
Hello.
But so the first night I hook it up, I get it to work. Me and my neighbor, he decides he's going to sleep over at the house, and we sit on the floor of my bedroom, watching the first movie that pops up, and the first movie that pops up is Predator 2, and we got it just as it was starting.
Who is director Orson Krennic?
That's Mercer.
Oh, okay. I'm like, who the fuck? You lets me up and like, who is this dude? Come on, you're lacking your job. I'm like, what the?
No, it's because
guys, had fun. I'll catch you next week. I'm gonna go get some lunch.
Later, dude. You got liquid bread right there.
Huh?
You got liquid bread right next to you, man.
Yeah, well, I need something solid.
Freeze it.
Freeze it.
I think he's making a joke.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, when it came to the Predators, I'm looking forward to it. The new one.
Badlands.
I think it looks pretty. The makeup looks pretty bad.
Well, the makeup on one of them looks really good. The makeup on the other one, I kind of agree with you.
I miss Stan Winston.
Well,
the makeup
remember,
for the original Predator.
One of the reasons they're doing it the way they are is because of actor comfort, and those headsets were really unwieldy at the time, and I can understand why they're doing it. Plus, they want to have this be a younger Predator, so he's skinnier, not as big.
Yeah, remember Jean-Claude Van Damme almost passed out on the set, so they had to replace him.
So as long as I'll forgive some of the bad CGI, if there is any, on the final product, if the storyline's good.
Yeah.
I want to see Tron Ares.
Oh, yes.
That I want to see too. God damn it. And every time I see Tron Legacy, I like it more and more. I don't know why.
I mean, I don't really like Jared Leto, but the trailer for Tron Ares is pretty awesome.
Tron in real life.
Well, plus, I last time we talked about Tron, I brought it up. The Tron 2 video game, which actually had the voice actor for Bruce Boxleitner come back. And they had someone else, I can't remember her name, voicing a new character named Mercury. And I want to say it was Rebecca Romaine, but I'm probably wrong on that.
Hey,
but I thought that was also a good good sequel.
Bruce
like,
Box, he's awesome. He was in the Orville. Bruce Boxleitner.
Yeah.
He also, if you buy the Orville novel that Seth wrote a couple of years ago, he did the audio book reading for that.
Oh, that's cool.
About that.
That was a good story. I don't know if you read it. It's called Sympathy for the Devil.
Yeah.
No, I did not read it.
It was kind of a short novel, but it was really surprisingly dark.
I'll look it up in a second. But yeah, Tron Ares is another good one I want to see, or at least one I think will be good.
You don't want to see Saw 11? Wow.
I didn't know there was going to be a Saw 11. It wasn't on my list yet.
Yeah, it comes out September 26th.
Really?
What about The Mandalorian and Grogu?
2027, I believe.
26.
I do want to see that too.
Oh, sorry, I only got 2025.
Coming out in 2027. Starfighter.
The last Starfighter. It's been approved.
It's called Star Wars Starfighter. It's about Ryan Gosling.
Because we talked about it on the stream a few months ago about them either doing a requel or a reboot of The Last Starfighter.
Yeah, they should. But I'm referring to a Star Wars film with Ryan Gosling called Starfighter.
Yeah, it was supposed to be original Wing Commander, but they changed the whole entire premise, and they got Ryan Gosling instead of all female crew. I read about this. I wanted to see the Wing Commander, but it's like no, all women crew.
All right, so apparently another one that's coming out this year is Avatar: Fire and Ash, the third James Cameron Avatar movie. Does anyone care to see that one?
No, but it's going to make $1 billion.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be one of those ones I have no interest in seeing, but I'm probably going to just because. I mean, my God, the runtime is apparently 3 hours and 12 minutes.
Yep. The second one, I hated the first half of the film. The second half was much better. I almost think they could have just cut the first hour and a half from the second film.
Well, not only that, the second film was basically freaking the first movie again. They just replaced one version of unobtainium with another unobtainium in order to, do the same little, Fern Gully message. I mean, it was just stupid.
What did you not like about Fern Gully? It was too environmentally focused.
No, I liked Fern Gully. I'm just saying I don't need to see Fern Gully again as Avatar. I mean, it was just stupid, especially when they already had they had a literal unobtainium in the first film, and the second time it's a Fountain of Youth unobtainium.
And the air is supposed to be going by elements: earth, water, air, fire, then space.
Well,
or plasma. I don't know how the fifth was going to be, either space or plasma, because they're going from ground to up. They're sending you from the planets all the way out to the space area. So maybe something in the moon or the entire sun, or something in the last one. I don't know. Avatar solar creatures. Plain. I got bored of the second Avatar. I'm like, I'm done with the series.
I'm reading that there's a new Stargate film coming out.
Melosi hasn't confirmed it yet.
Yeah, as far as I know, there isn't one.
No, if there was, Joe would be praising left and right, but he has not confirmed anything.
I see it on a list of upcoming films for 2025.
Hang on.
Well, I'll do a quick search.
I'm just saying I see it on a list. I'm not saying it's confirmed or anything. I'm just saying I see it on a list of upcoming films.
Let's see. Searching. No, you're seeing a fan-made teaser trailer.
Here. No, hold on. I'm looking right here.
No new Stargate TV show specifically in active development. Fan hype is based upon a fake post and rumors.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Melosi has not confirmed anything.
Right next to Tron and Naked Gun. It's hard to see on my phone, but right next to Tron and the Naked Gun, that's Stargate.
What's the title?
Stargate.
It's just called Stargate?
Yeah. Something in parentheses, I think. 2025.
Okay, there's a horror, or there's something that's on IMDb that says Stargate, but it looks like.
I'm just saying this is right between the Tron and the Naked Gun. I don't know if it's real. I can't say. I've never heard of it before, but that's what I'm seeing right there.
Let me.
That's weird because
you're
I'm
on IMDb's 2025 list too.
Yeah, show us. Yeah, if you can, Mike, because I don't see anything like that on my screen. Like, whoa, that's kind of odd. Because I'm like, I know Joe. We talk, and he has never said anything about this.
Yeah, it's kind of snuck in under the radar if it's true.
I'm like, because the only thing I'm finding is in 2000 a fake fan-made video.
So I have a prediction about the Superman film, just my own personal prediction based on the trailers that I've seen, That's not a big secret. Do you want to hear my prediction?
Go for it.
Sure.
This is
So,
nerd talk.
The first photo we ever saw of the new Superman, he's putting on his boots. His costume is a little strange. It's a little off. At the end of the trailer, his mom says, "I'll get your boots for you." And at one point, this shouldn't count, but I think it does. The actor said that the reason he chose to wear the red tights is so that kids will understand that he's a friend. Now, my theory, based on these pieces of evidence, is that just like the original comic books, his mother actually makes him the costume, and that's why it doesn't fit right, and that's why he probably won't be able to instantly transform into Superman like he does in past films. And I think James Gunn is going to have a few scenes about the costume, and I really think that's going to be a part of the story.
Yeah, James says he's true
based
to
on
the
what
story.
just based on what I'm gathering, and I think like it's not going to fit him perfectly. I think that's all deliberate, and I think that when David Cornsweet said that he chose the trunks for kids, I think that's not him speaking. I think that's going to actually be in the film itself too. I have no evidence to back that up, but I just get the sense that at some point they're going to say, "Hey, I'm doing this so that kids don't think I'm scary."
Every iteration except for Ruth's mentioned the mother making his outfit. Every iteration except for Ruth. It was even famously done with in the show when the kid goes, "Nice costume, nice outfit," and he goes, "Thanks, my mom made it."
I think that Gunn is going to lead into it a little bit more, though. I think Gunn is going to make it a part of the story, or at least a part of a few scenes. I really think that, because I don't know Gunn very well, but he seems like the kind of person that would do that. So that's just my theory. It has nothing to do with the plot or the characters or the story, but I think the whole uniform and the fact that there's a lot of people that still don't like his costume, understandably. I mean, I like it, but a lot of people don't really like it. But I think it's a part of the story. What the costume is a part of the story.
Well, all I can say is I'm probably going to watch it. I mean, it's like 99.9% sure I'm going to watch that one when it comes out.
I can't watch it. I'm going to be home.
I know that one person is going to be killed off. One character is going to be killed off because every single time Michael Rooker is in a James Gunn movie, he kills off the character. So whoever Michael Rooker is playing, the robot, that robot's going to die. I can guarantee you that.
hey, Yondu didn't die in the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie. He didn't die in the second one.
I said every character Michael Rooker plays that James Gunn does, he kills them off. So
not the movie they always appear in.
Character. I didn't say movie. I said character. He killed off Yondu.
Yes, but not in the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie. So it may not be this movie he dies in.
I didn't say movie. I said character. The character will be killed off.
I heard that they're making a Rambo reboot.
Unfortunately, that is true, and I hope it bombs at the theaters.
That's what I heard, and they're also doing a reboot of The Running Man that's going to be closer to the novel.
Yeah, that's on the list here.
Yeah, it's going to be coming out in November 7th.
I love the original Running Man. It's so funny because I went to see that when I was a kid in the theater, and all the reasons I wanted to see it are great. Like it's Arnold fighting a bunch of guys with silly nicknames and gimmicks.
I'll do that.
But what I like about the movie as an adult is the satire that kind of like went over my head as a kid. I think Richard Dawson was fantastic. I think he almost should have been nominated for a supporting actor. He was kind of playing, a version of the game show host persona. But he was
exactly what
putting
he was
on
doing.
a performance. He was definitely putting on a performance that was perfect. It was sinister and funny.
He was an arrogant asshole. That's who he was. That's his character.
I think he never wavered. He was solid throughout the entire film, and all those scenes with him were great. I think he should have gotten a nod. I think he should have. That's my opinion.
Okay.
Especially that
because
smirk
it's on
he
the
did
list
when
here.
Arnold said, "I'll be back." That smirk, I'm like, yeah, right.
Yeah. Because it's on the list here, and I saw the trailer, and I was blown away by the friggin' trailer. I so want to see this one in the theaters because I missed it when it came out to theaters for the first one. Black Phone 2. Has anyone seen the first one, Black Phone?
No. You know I don't do horror movies.
Pussy.
Yes, I am warm and inviting. Thank you.
And yeah, I ended up not being able to see this one because the one time we were going to go see it, me and Mrs. Vile, I was like, this is a horror movie. And she's like, oh, okay, then never mind. Because she doesn't like horror movies either. But I saw it when it came out, and I loved Black Phone, and I really want to see how they do Black Phone 2 because it looks really good from the trailer. Anyone else have any want to see it or no? Am I the only one?
I
you're
don't
the only
really
one.
watch horror films all that much. I did like the last horror movie that I kind of liked was the one, I can't think of the name of it, where the girl stays at an Airbnb and she goes under the attic and sees a bunch of what was that called? It was called I just bought it. It's got Skarsgård in it.
No idea what you're talking about.
Hold on, I have it on my Fandango. Hold on, I'll find it. It was really good. It was a real. I just can't think of the name of it.
Did you ever find out that Stargate thing that's on your IMDb? Exactly that.
The only thing I can find is it's called Stargate, but it's not related to the franchise.
Okay.
But the picture I showed you has a Stargate in the background.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I still cannot find anything.
Other than fan-made stuff, I can't find anything related to.
Yeah, like I said, if I find out, I'll let you know.
I just checked DuckDuckGo, Google, Bing, Chat, Grok, Siri, nothing. Sora, nothing. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Oh, I did watch this one. Just because, again, I'm a fan of bad horror movies. I'm sorry, guys. Popeye the Slayer Man.
Oh no! Please tell me.
God, I had so much fun watching this because all the little references to Popeye the Sailor Man was bad
Barbarian
horror cinema at its peak. It was it was. You have to experience this movie. It hands down, if you're talking about the recent public domain horror movies, Winnie the Pooh, Mickey Mouse, and Popeye the Sailor Man, Popeye is by far the fucking best. It is bad. It is funny. It is. I'm sorry, guys. You have to. I can't really quantify it, other than you just got to watch it.
The movie. I found the movie I was talking about. Called Barbarian.
Hang on a second. Have you seen The Mousetrap?
No.
Yes, I saw it. I was also very disappointed with it because it's not actually like Mickey Mouse doing it. It's some guy being possessed by a Mickey Mouse ghost thing. It was stupid.
Okay, what about Screamboat?
That I have not seen.
It's starring a murderous Steamboat Willie Star Mouse.
That I haven't seen, but yeah, definitely. If you have a chance to watch Popeye the Slayer Man, turn off your brain, get some popcorn, and watch the damn movie because it is funny as all hell. It's more funny than it is scary.
So
they're making a sequel to The Mousetrap called The Mousetrap Welcome to the Mickeyverse. It's currently in production.
Oh God!
The movie I was talking about is called Barbarian with Skarsgård and.
Yes, that was a great movie.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. It has the really cool flashback with the dude from The Mandalorian when he's walking around trying to shop for baby stuff. The great scene. His character was awesome. Another movie that I saw recently was called Mad God. And if you have not seen it, you should definitely watch it. Have you seen it? I
haven't seen that one yet. But Barbarian, what's his name? Who was in Tusk? God, what was his name? He was in a bunch of teen movies too.
Yeah, I don't know. Is that Skarsgård?
Not Skarsgård. It was the other guy.
Is it a Corey something?
Oh, the guy from Die Hard. The guy from Die Hard.
Yes. Die Hard 3.
Live for your Die Hard.
Yeah, Die Hard 3.
Die Hard 4.
What's his name?
4. I forget his name. Justin Long, maybe?
You're right. Justin Long, thank you. The fact that he survived Barbarian, the entire time I'm like, oh, he's definitely going to be the one that died. No, he survives and he is completely broken at the end, and I loved it.
Yeah, well, the scene where he's
Oh.
measuring, the scene where he takes out the measuring tape was one of the funniest.
Oh, and the freakiness about it, trying to relate it into some real life history, the whole thing. God, if you guys haven't seen Barbarian and you can deal with a horror drama movie, watch it. It is not what you like. The entire time I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah,
because
it's good.
The title does not fit the film. I will say that.
Now, Mad God is another one. It was directed by a dude named Phil Tippett. It took him 20, 30 years to make the film. It's called Mad God. Phil Tippett was one of the geniuses that did stop motion for the original Star Wars films. He did like the AT-ATs moving. He was one of the animation guys. But he did a film called Mad God, which looks like a Tool video. It's amazing.
I think I've heard about this. I just haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, it's great. Another film that was much better than you'd expect it to be, although not everybody likes it. I saw a few years ago. It's really funny. If it's like similar to like a Men in Black, but in the fantasy genre. It was called Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves.
Yes.
Yes,
I
like
love that.
That was a really funny movie, and it was.
Who the fuck said pickle 3 times?
No one did, but he showed
thought
up.
That movie was really funny. The Batman was good. Top Gun Maverick was good, but yeah.
I still haven't seen Top Gun Maverick, and I recently rewatched Hot Shots, the parody about it.
Oh yeah, I love Hot Shots. Mailman, and he's like, something I'm hitting the ground. It's hard. Oh no, that's a good way to lose an eye, my friend.
But I don't know. There's just something about the Top Gun Maverick that I wanted to see it when it was in theaters, but the more people talked about it, the less I wanted to see it.
How about
LDG? Thank you for putting that little R between the P and the E. Okay, thank you.
How about Tenet? Did you see Tenet from 2020?
I started Tenet, but I didn't finish it.
Oh,
it was
the
okay.
ending, the last act is a trip. Oh,
it was okay.
Five Nights at Freddy's 2. I know I'm gonna end up seeing that with either Caddy, Turtle J, or both. Because both of them, those are out of my 4 kids. My oldest and my youngest like the Five Nights at Freddy's series.
Yeah, Turtle J's gonna like it more.
Let's see what else is in the thing. That one's already out and it sucked. Oh, they're doing another Silent Hill movie, or did they already release it?
Now, this is an older movie that I like, but I want to talk about it because I was watching it recently. Zodiac, really good movie. Did you see Zodiac?
I watched Zodiac and I watched the other one too, and I can never differentiate the two in my mind.
Zodiac is the one that has Mark Ruffalo and Robert Downey Jr. in it.
Okay. Yeah, there's going to be a new Silent Hill movie. It just says 2025.
I actually am looking forward to Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein's version.
Are you looking for the Odyssey? Anybody here looking forward to the new Odyssey film?
Okay, is that going to be based on the musical? Because if it is, Caddy will drag me to see that one.
No, it's Christopher Nolan doing the Odyssey. It's Christopher Nolan's new film. Coming out next year.
I heard about it. I'm like, maybe.
Coming out in July of next year.
I have never heard of Rabbit Hole with Keith Sutherland.
I love the original Flatliners. I will not watch the reboot.
I didn't even know there was going to be one.
Oh, it came out a couple of years ago. I heard it was terrible, but the original Flatliners was a trip. That was good.
Okay, apparently there's going to be a new Return of the Living Dead movie. I got the little blurb on IMDb. Taking place 18 months after the original events at Uneeda Warehouse in Louisville, Kentucky, a new Trioxin 245 leak puts a small Pennsylvania town on the brink of a zombie outbreak during Christmas of 1985. I'm sorry, that already sounds awesome. I'm going to want to watch that one. All right, and here's the one you were talking about, Screamboat, Elihu.
I'm listening.
On the last ferry of the night in New York, passengers and crew are haunted by a merciless rat, and what should have been a peaceful crossing turns into a bloody massacre. I don't know. I'll probably watch it because I like bad horror movies. We'll see if I enjoy it. And sorry, I missed that, LDG. Rabbit Hole with Keith Sutherland. I'm not sure I'm familiar with that. Is it a TV show or is it a movie?
Oh, sorry, what?
I was asking LDG.
Oh. Have you seen Peter Pan's Never Nightmare?
No, it was. I skipped it on the list because I have no interest in seeing it. I mean, I don't. If it gets a good review from some people I actually trust, I'll watch it. But as of right now, it's not one I have any interest in actually watching.
What about Dangerous Animals?
I haven't heard about it.
It's a shark-centric thriller linked to Jaws meets Silence of the Lambs.
I don't know.
Oh, I'm getting hungry.
I have friends everywhere.
Rebel scum.
All right, so yeah, I don't have Amazon Prime. My roommates do. Maybe I can watch it there, but I don't spend a lot of time at the house, to be honest.
I got Prime. I use Prime Music and Prime Photos.
I'm going through the list, and a lot of these are small indie films that I don't care too much about. At least some of them I haven't heard of.
I don't know if I feel like spending $2 on a donut or not. Price went up.
You know, we were talking about Knight Rider last time. I've been trying to watch Knight Rider 2008. That was pretty bad. I watched Knight Rider 2010. That was pretty bad. I'm sorry,
Hold on.
I haven't seen 2010.
Nobody beats the Hoff, okay?
Is Knight Rider 2010 the one that's supposed to take place in the far future?
Yes.
It looks like Mad Max. I just know that it looks like Mad Max. It's got the dune buggies and stuff.
It was bad, but I liked it. That's the one where they had the female AI thing, right? And it wasn't Michael Knight at all.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but I just saw like a couple clips.
Yeah. Personally, because I saw that on VHS a very long time ago, I didn't hate it. But again, I like bad schlocky movies like that.
I do too. I like my fair share of schlock. I mean, I just watched Under Siege 2: Dark Territory, which I'd never seen, and I thought it was awesome. It was terrible, but it was awesome. Did you see it?
I saw Under Siege a very, very long time ago.
No, but the second one, the second Under Siege.
No, I saw both of them. But I can't rewatch it because I just can't watch Steven Seagal anymore.
I'm just saying.
I think the last time he was in a movie I actually enjoyed was Machete 2.
The point is that I don't mind good schlock. I love Knight Rider, and most of the episodes are like terrible, but yeah, but they're good. I love Knight Rider. My favorite episode is Night of the Juggernaut, or Junkyard Dog, or Night of the Drones.
Hey, Mercer.
Lost Night. Those are my favorite episodes.
Hey, Mercer, I'm going to get some more coffee while Mike takes a commercial break.
Thank you for reminding me. Remember, the commercial break's only 9 seconds, so. All right, hold on.
Buy something at SD GameSwap, or I'm going to put all of you in a cargo container and transport you to the Borg.
Hold on on a second. I got a phone call. I'll be right back. That was funny. Hold on a second.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna have one more cigar, and then I'll end the stream because we've been going for 2 hours. I'm trying to find at least one other movie that on this list of IMDb. I'm up to 305 movies, and most of them I have no interest in really seeing.
I'm back, sort of. All right.
Oh my God, there's going to be another SpongeBob SquarePants movie.
Oh, I cannot wait. I'm already got my tickets for that in my head. I'm kidding.
I have I've only seen the first one.
I heard they're making a Voltron movie and they're making a Masters of the Universe film. The Masters of the Universe film got leaked. It got leaked a little bit. The costumes. Tila's got full pants on now. Like they showed. They're filming it, so you could see footage of it being filmed. And it's on Earth, and Adam has got a pink shirt like he does in the cartoon, and Tila's there, but her outfit is
all right. So
more practical.
I'm done looking through this. There's one other thing I wanted to talk about because apparently it's the oldest videos I have on my channel are my Zelda timeline videos. So Zelda is something that is always cared about. It's something I like. Apparently, let me look up her name because a lot of people are pissed off about the perspective.
Hunter.
Hunter. Okay.
Yeah, it's a he. Became a she, and now they want to play the character.
I'm sorry. When I look at her, and I'm going to use her because that's how I was introduced to the person, so that's in my head. They're already her. I think she looks exactly fucking like Princess Zelda. And when it comes to like acting and whatnot, I have no problem with that person being trans, whatever. They look like the person. They can do it without a lot of makeup. As long as their acting is good, I'm going to say everything else is fine. I don't know. I have never seen her in anything, so I don't know how good her acting is. But on a looks-only perspective, oh my fucking God, she looks like Princess Zelda. Just on looks alone. I'm not counting acting ability whatsoever.
Well, I put some of the I put some of the actors who are upcoming here for June 2026 for the new He-Man movie. The premise is Prince Adam, after being stranded on Earth as a child, returns to Eternia 2 decades later to reclaim the Sword of Power and battle Skeletor.
Well, the original Masters of the Universe film has always been a guilty pleasure of mine, as bad as it is. I always compare it to Beastmaster 2 because it's essentially, a very similar movie.
Dude, stop saying wife's pussy on camera.
So, Mercer, do you have a problem with Hunter being cast as Zelda so far, or no?
Well, I don't know anything about Zelda, so I'm really the last person. I just know it's a video game that was like pixelated back in the day. I don't know anything about the story. I don't know if I have a problem with the fact that they are trans, but it just seems like they're casting trans people, and it's becoming like, okay, here's the message, by the way, and if you don't like it, then we're gonna make the fans the bad guys. I'm not saying I'm against it, but I just don't like the heavy messaging we've been getting in a lot of things.
Well, see, that's what's interesting about it. Hold on. Elihu, before you go on the attack, let me calm down, dog. Calm down. Heal.
Arf.
When they did the announcement, did they do it as like, oh, we're hiring a trans person, or they just say
it wasn't even an announcement? I think it was just fan casting. People wanted her to be there. I don't know if they announced it officially.
Let me look it up because I know.
I was going to ask.
All I saw was people complaining about it, and I'm just like,
I'm not complaining about it. I don't know anything about
I
Zelda.
was
So I don't
just
know.
going to ask, do you think the person who auditioned for the role, the director or the cast director goes, okay, this person's right for the role, no matter what they look like? Do you ever thought about that?
Maybe, yeah. I'm not saying that. I'm
I'm
just
like,
simply saying that there's a trend of attacking fans that's happening in Hollywood for the last few years, and that's what's bugging me.
All right, as of I'm just looking at an article, superherohype.com. Yeah, Hunter is not playing Zelda, but it was is actually rumored for an MCU role. So, but either way, when I looked at the pictures side by side, I was just like, that looks like Princess Zelda. So if she can act, fuck it, I don't care.
yeah, but
that was my whole opinion on the matter.
Who's ever playing
And
Link
people
needs
are
to get the line right. Excuse me, princess.
I'm sorry, if Link says that in a anything other than a non-sarcastic way, it has to be, because that catchphrase sucks in the show. So they have to do it in a way where it's homaging it without him being as whiny as he is in the animated show. More like, if he says one thing, it's just, excuse me, princess.
Or, excuse me, princess.
But yeah, I don't care. And as I said, I'm more concerned about the acting ability. And if the acting ability is there, I'll be happy. When people are like, "Oh, you can't cast, a trans person in a non-trans role," I'm like, well, so
I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that, but they also say it the other way. You can't have a straight or cis person in a role that's trans, and I think that's wrong too.
I disagree with
yeah,
that too.
Tu Wong Fu, thanks for everything, Julie Newmore. Hello.
I think that if you're, as long as you can act the part, it doesn't matter. I mean,
Tu Wong Fu.
fuck. The way I kind of argued it to one person was, can we cast a non-Hellian to play a Hellian? In the video game, Princess Zelda's a Hellian, not a human, not an elf per se, but a race called a Hellian.
Who looks human?
But I'm just saying, it's like, oh, for Little Mermaid, we're gonna cast a non-mermaid to play a mermaid. Oh, for Warhammer, we're gonna cast a non-orc to play an orc. That doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is if the person can actually pull it off, both looks and acting ability. That's it.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that, I guess. Yeah.
And to be honest, if you're gonna, but like, okay, we talked about this before, but I was gonna say, if you're gonna cast a trans actor to play someone in a Legend of Zelda movie, the trans person should be Link, the male protagonist, because Link in the games, in several of the games, is canonically androgynous almost. In like the Breath of the Wild and the Tears of the Kingdom games, you literally have the ability to dress as a woman and you pass as a woman in the games. So you'd want someone who doesn't have, those stoic, square jaw, hard line masculine features. You want someone with soft male features that are slightly feminine to play Link. And I think a trans character would probably be best for that. Sorry, trans actor, not character.
I agree. Yeah, no problem.
Sorry, I was responding to a message.
No, it's all good. I hear you.
Now,
dog is barking. Oh wait, you're in Mexico. That's why.
I'm in Mexico. There's a lot of stray dogs around here.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Sorry. I'm like, what the?
And they're basically all barking at each other because we got a whole family of strays that just gave birth to puppies around the corner because we took Mrs. Vile's dog for a walk, and yeah, it was a pain in the ass last night.
What do you guys think about Peacemaker season 2?
I have no idea. I haven't seen anything about it, but I am looking forward to just more Peacemaker.
I haven't seen the first season, so there you go.
Oh.
I think I saw a couple episodes, but
don't get me wrong. I'm not a huge John Cena fan. I think that he plays primarily the same character in nearly every role. But I will say that same character for Peacemaker was funny as all hell. Because it's that character in DC universe. Let's see. Oh, I'm already back down to the top. Fuck. I don't want to go all the way back down. I went over to check the Hunter Schafer thing, and once I come back, it brought me back to the top of the list for IMDb. I'm not going to scroll down another 300 movies.
So when I drive my car, I only sing to my music when I'm driving in reverse. Do you know why?
Is this going to be a dad joke?
I don't know what dad joke is. It's because I'm a backup singer.
That's a dad joke. Yes, absolutely. I'm going to start using that with my kids. All right, so
how many kids do you have? I didn't know you had kids. That's pretty awesome.
I got 4.
I have none that I know of.
You have 4 kids?
I have 4.
Wow,
Caddy, she's 21 now. I got 2 15-year-old daughters who are born about 6 months apart. One of them's adopted, and then my son, who's also adopted.
Congrats, man! That's awesome. I thought about. I don't have any kids myself, but I'm an uncle, which is cool.
I'm an uncle to like about 20.
My parents let me watch R-rated movies.
I know I'm in Mexico.
I got about 20 nephews and nieces, so yeah, I'm an uncle. I lost count. It's about 20.
Are you guys looking forward to another Spider-Man film?
Yes.
But yes and no.
The Fantastic Four, I'm totally not interested in. I think it looks terrible.
Well, it's supposed to be in a it's not. It's supposed to be in the main MCU, so it's not. I'm looking forward to it. I'll be honest. I don't think I like the idea of casting Robert Downey Jr. in it.
Oh, it's Dr. Doom. He's not.
I said it before, and I'll say it again. They missed an opportunity. They now have a second opportunity to have Benedict Cumberbatch play Doctor Strange again, and Robert Downey Jr. in the same scene, and one of them has to say no shit Sherlock to one of them. Okay, they lost that opportunity.
All right, so I can't seem to freaking any article that I bring up for Stargate movie is in freaking Spanish, and I don't know enough Spanish to understand what they're talking about. So
if I find anything else on it, I'll get in touch with you. But I think it was just a fluke.
Yeah, I need to know. I can't find any more information about the Stargate. Nothing confirmed.
All right, so
2017.
4. You know that. All right. According to Wikipedia, in December 2022, Amazon Studios and MGM were reported to be taking pitches on a reboot of the Stargate franchise. Creators of The Expanse, Mark Fergus and Hawk Osby, were on the short list of possible showrunners. A Reddit AMA by Wright. I don't know who Wright is. suggested that Amazon views Stargate as a tentpole franchise, and they're carefully deciding what to do with it. They're considering more of a reboot than continuing, so they don't have to deal with the baggage of prior installments. And that's it. Let me bring up that article because they have a link. Brad Wright. That's who they're talking about. That's who Wright was.
And
he's one of the guys that. But that's the last news, is 2 years out of date.
Oh shit, wrong one. Fuck it. Yeah, I need to go because I am getting really hungry.
Yeah, I gotta get going too. Sorry.
Oh, no worries. I was going to end the stream as soon as I did this anyway, so let's go ahead and choose something to end the stream with.
I gotta eat lunch, but good. Thank you for inviting me for a couple of minutes. I have friends everywhere.
Have we done? We did the prison song recently. We did the drinking song.
Come to Quarks. Do come to Quarks. Quarks is fun.
I don't have that one.
Run.
I'd have to make that one.
Yeah, it's a good one.
All right. How about we just do? We'll do a short one.
Life forms, you tiny little life forms, you precious little life forms. Where are you?
All right. I'll see you guys next week.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'm going to.
Weirdo.
Do you think, real quick, do you think Cyril would have killed Cassian if he didn't ask, "Who are you"?
I have no idea, to be honest. I think that I don't think he was trying to kill him per se. I think he was just trying to vent his anger and try to arrest him.
Yeah, I was pretty angry though. He was definitely trying to do damage. A great fight. It was one of my favorite fights. All right, I'll talk to you later.
I don't know if I'm going to do a community offensive stream this week, but we'll see what happens.
We'll just stay safe. And, see you later, Elihu.
All right, later folks.